Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing amazing. So welcome all of you at AriserTalent. And in our last lecture, we have done some NCERT questions that is related to your chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure. Today we are going to discuss some of the NTSE question which is related to NTSE and other Olympiad exams, and these questions are quite different that we have discussed in the NCERT. So let's begin with the questions. And our first question in this sequence is, which one of the following is not a solution? So solution is something in which you have solute plus solvent and one thing is getting dissolved in the another. So that's why you will get the solution there. So if I am talking about the HCl reagent, it is hydrochloric acid dissolved in water, so it is a solution. Brass. Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc, so two homogeneous substances are present, so again it is a solution. HCHO plus water. Formaldehyde is getting dissolved in water, is a type of solution. Kerosene plus water. Kerosene plus water is not a solution because whenever you dissolve the kerosene in water, it is going to float on the surface of the water. It is not getting dissolved in the water, so I can say that kerosene plus water is not an example of a solution here. So which option is correct here? We can say that option number D will be correct. Option D. Now, let's move forward to the next question. The process by which the mixture of sodium chloride and ammonium chloride is separated. So, this part we have discussed in our chapter that ammonium chloride and among the ammonium chloride and sodium chloride, ammonium chloride is having a tendency to form the vapors. It means it is going to sublime very easily. So the process which is used to separate both of them will be the sublimation only. So we can found that option number A is correct here. So the correct answer will be sublimation here. Now let's see what the next question is saying. Which of the following statement is true? And here the options which is given to you are belonging to the colloidal solution. Colloidal solution do not show Tyndall effect. This statement is false because colloidal particles have a tendency to show the Tyndall effect. Colloidal solutions show Brownian movement. Colloidal solutions are homogeneous and the size of the colloidal particle is less than 1 nanometer. So the statement which is correct here is that colloidal particle is going to show you the Brownian moment too. So this statement is correct. So we can say that option number B will be correct here. Now let's move to question number 4. Dhokla is a type of a solution. So what will happen in case of a dhokla? The gas is going to be dissolved in the liquid. That's why whenever you eat dhokla, it is fluffy because the air is trapped between them. So it is actually a gas in solid type of the mixture. So solid in solid, solid in gas, solid in liquid and gas in solid. So we can find that gas in liquid is will be the correct option. So here you have gas in solid is a perfect answer for this. So we can say that option number D will be correct. Clear? Because the gas particles are trapped to make it fluffy. Now let's move forward to the next question. 100 gram of an aqueous solution of the sugar contains 40% sugar by mass, and how much water should be evaporated to get 50% sugar solution by mass? Now firstly, write the given conditions in the question. You are provided with 100 gram of aqueous solution. So I can write here the total solution is 100 gram. Total solution is 100 gram. Now it contains 40% sugar by mass. So I can say that mass of the sugar is 40 gram because the standard solution which is provided to us is only 100 gram. So the mass of sugar is 40 gram. So in 100 gram solution, if sugar is 40 gram, then the water must be 100 minus 40 because 40 is sugar and 60 gram will be the water. So the mass of water will be 100 minus 40, that is 60 gram. Now, you have to find out, to get the 50% sugar solution, how much water should be evaporated. So this is our case number 1 and I am considering this as a case number 2. So this will be the case number 1 and this is the case number 2. Now you have to make the 50% sugar solution. Again, the total solution is 100 gram. Total solution is 100 gram and mass of the sugar you want is 50%. So mass of the sugar will be 50 gram. Now, the mass of water will be 100 minus 50, that is equal to 50 gram. Clear? So this is the case number 1 and case number 2 because you are provided with the different concentration of the sugar here. Now you have to find out that how much water should be evaporated to get 50% solution. So you can see that you are getting here 60 gram water and here you are getting 50 gram water. So for making 50% sugar solution, you have to evaporate 10 gram of water. So water evaporated will be 60 minus 50 and it is equal to 10 gram. So you can see that our option number A is correct here and it is 10 gram. So which option is correct? Option number A will be the correct answer for this situation. So just copy this part from here. After question number 5, the next question, that is question number 6, is the Brownian motion in the colloidal solution is due to. So Brownian movement is actually the solution, the movement in which the colloidal particles are going to move in a zigzag manner. We have discussed this in our first chapter, that is matter in our surroundings. So this is a question that is asked in our second chapter. So it is due to temperature fluctuation. Temperature is nothing to do with the Brownian movement. Attraction or repulsion between the colloidal particles, attraction and repulsion is nothing to do with the Brownian movement. Bombardment of molecules of dispersion medium on the colloidal particles. So this option seems to be correct here, that whenever a Brownian movement occurs, there is a bombardment of the particles of dispersion medium on the colloidal particles. So you can see that option number C will be the correct, but you have to read the option number D too. So none of these is not a correct answer. So I can found here that option number C is correct. Now let's move forward to the question number 7th. The substance which is chemically resistant and can hold aquaresia. So what is aquaresia? Aquaresia is actually a reagent or a laboratory reagent which consists of 1 part of HCl and 3 part of HNO3. It means I can say it is a mixture of hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. So the thing which is going to hold aquaresia, it means it is chemically resistant here, will be only glass. In glass you can hold this solution. So we can find here that option number B will be the correct. So our option number B will be correct in this case. Now let's move forward to the next question. When two liquids in a mixture differ by their boiling points, which of the following is the best method to separate these liquids? So we have discussed in our final lecture that if there is a difference in the boiling point of any liquids, we can only prefer the distillation. Either it may be the simple distillation or you can prefer the fractional distillation as well as. Okay, so the correct option here is distillation. So we can found that distillation is the correct answer. But firstly, let's read the other options too. Evaporation, this will not be the correct answer. Chromatography, it is a method for the separation of the colored components. And fourth one is the filtration, which is used when one particle is in the solute state. Clear? So the difference in the boiling point, the material that is achieved is only by the distillation process. Now, let's move forward to the question number 9. Milk of magnesia is an example of. So, milk of magnesia is basically a liquid and solid. It means the dispersed phase and the dispersing medium are liquid and solid respectively. So, if liquid is getting dissolved in the solid, you can say it is a sol. Clear? So, milk of magnesia is an example of sol here, because the dispersed phase is liquid and the dispersed phase is solid and the dispersion medium will be the liquid in this case. So, we can find here that option number C will be correct. Clear? So, milk of magnesia is a sol. Next question. China dish is a. Brittle and heat resistance, durable and heat resistant, brittle and corrosive, durable and non-corrosive. So, you have heard that whenever you perform any experiment in the laboratory, we usually use the China dish. So, actually the China dish is durable and it is non-corrosive in nature. Clear? So, the option number D will be the correct. It is non-corrosive, that's why we are adding many type of acids or reagents in that particular dish. Now, next question. Which of the following gases is used to show the clouds or the artificial smoke in a film or drama? So, this is a very interesting question. You have seen that whenever you see any movie or a drama, there is a gas which is used to show the artificial things like artificial clouds, artificial rain, artificial smoke. Clear? So, which type of the gas they are using? They are using a gas which is artificially made. So, the gas which they are using is only oxygen there, because oxygen is a life-giving gas. So, they will use the oxygen only. So, I can found here that correct option is option number B. So, oxygen is used to make artificial smoke or artificial clouds here. Let's move forward to the next question. What will be the mass by mass percent of a solution containing 30 gram common salt in 220 gram of water? Again, it is a very simple numerical problem provided to you. So, what you will do? Firstly, we will write the given conditions in the question. So, firstly, let's write the given conditions. The given conditions are, you are provided with 30 gram of common salt. So, I can write here how much common salt is given. Amount of common salt given is 30 gram and you are provided with 220 gram of water. So, how much water is given? Water given is 220 gram. So, if salt is 30 gram and water is 220 gram, if I am going to find out the total quantity of the solution, it can be 30 plus 220 because salt is going to dissolve in the water. So, you can find here that total solution will be, I can say that mass of total solution. Mass of total solution will be 30 plus 220 and it will give you 250 gram. Clear? Now, what you have to find out in the question? We have to determine the mass by mass percentage of a solution. If you want to determine the mass by mass percentage, what you have to do? You have to divide the mass of solute with the total solution and you have to calculate the percentage here. So, we will multiply the term by the 100 only. So, mass by mass percent is given by mass of solute upon mass of solution into 100. So, it will be mass of solute given here is 30 gram. Mass of solution is 250 gram that we have calculated into 100. So, 10 will be cancelled by 10, 25 1 are 25 and 25 4 are 100 and 4 into 3 it will give you the 12 gram. 12% because you have to determine the mass by mass percent. So the answer came out to be 12% here. So which is the correct option? I can found that option number C will be correct here, that is 12%. Clear? So this is a very simple numerical problem, as we have not discussed this formula in this section, but this is a very important formula you have to learn if you want to determine the percentage composition, because these questions are from your NTSE, not from your NCERT. Clear? Now let's move forward to the next question. Cheese is an example of which type of solution? So what is cheese? Cheese is actually a gel. Gel means a liquid is going to have some particles in between them, which is the colloidal in nature. So cheese is an example of gel, in which there is one dispersed phase and one is dispersing medium. It means the solid is going to be dissolved in liquid here. So cheese is a gel. Question number 14. Which process will you use to separate a mixture of two miscible liquids A and B having the boiling points 56 and 65 degrees Celsius? So if you can find out that there is a difference in the boiling point of the liquids, so you can see that one is at 56 degrees Celsius and another one is at 65 degrees Celsius. So can you tell me which method will you prefer to separate these liquids? You can think a moment, then I will answer you. So the only one method which we are going to use for separating the liquids that are having a difference in the boiling point is only fractional distillation. So don't get confused here. You are provided with distillation as well as fractional distillation, but fractional distillation is a process or a method which you will prefer when there is a difference in the boiling point. So the method which you prefer is option number B here. Now let's move to the next question. Which type of colloidal system is fog? You have seen the fog in our environment. Fog is having one dispersed phase and another thing is dispersion medium. So fog is nothing but it is actually a liquid in gas. Clear? So one is the dispersed phase and another one is the dispersion medium. So fog is liquid in gas. Next question. Who was the scientist to make attempts for giving the satisfactory explanation of definition of element? So who defined the elements here? This is actually a question which is from your 10th class, but it is an NTSE level, so we have to discuss it here. So Lavoisier is the only scientist who gave the theory of elements here. So you have to learn this name, that is option number D, that is Lavoisier. Clear? Question number 17. Choose the correct option about cheese. Now you are provided with a lot of explanation or statements, so you have to read the statement very carefully one by one. Cheese is an example of emulsion in which dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. So cheese is not a emulsion. Example of gel in which the dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is liquid. This is a correct answer, as we have discussed just now that cheese is a gel. So cheese is an example of gel in which dispersed phase is solid. Solid is going to be dissolved in liquid, so I can say that cheese is an example of gel here. So you do not need to read other statements, but you have to read the other statements too. Example of emulsion, cheese is not an emulsion. Example of gel, in which dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. So example of gel in which dispersed, so this seems also a correct option, but only one among these will be correct here. So we know that cheese is an example of gel, but there is a difference that if cheese is a gel, cheese is actually a gel you have. Clear? But in this case, the dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. So, this liquid is going to be dissolved in the solid here. So, you will say that cheese is an example of a gel, but dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is dispersed phase will be liquid and dispersion medium is solid. So, cheese is an example of liquid and solid. It is not solid in liquid. It is not solid in liquid. So, among both these options, you can say that only option number D will be correct in this case. So, which option is correct? Option number D will be correct here. Don't get confused between B and D. So, just don't take the statements just by reading them. Carefully read all the statements because the wrong answers are always provided with the right answers. Clear? So, option number D is correct here. Now, let's move forward to the question number 18th. The purity of a substance can be gauged by. If you want to find out the purity of a substance gauged by the following except, you need to determine its melting point, you need to determine its boiling point, you can do the chromatography to identify the color, but how could you not identify the purity of a metal? You cannot find out the purity of any substance just by looking at it. Okay, so physical appearance does not matter here. So just by looking at the physical appearance of a particular substance, you won't be able to determine the purity of a substance. What you have to do? You have to check its melting point, you have to check its boiling point, and you have to check the chromatography. So except this option, all are the factors which are used to determine the purity. So I can say that option number D will be correct. So option number D will be the correct option in this case. Now, let's move forward to the last question of our competitive exam level questions, that is question number 19. The question is saying the method used for separation of mixture of common salt and ammonium chloride. Again a same question but with a different compound is given. Common salt and ammonium chloride. Common salt and ammonium chloride. So we know that among common salt and ammonium chloride, this substance will have a tendency to sublime very easily. It is going to sublime easily. If one substance among two has a capacity to sublime very easily, we will adopt only one method, that is known as sublimation. Clear? So you can find here that option number B will be correct, that is sublimation. So these are few of the questions which are related to your competitive exams, and in these questions you have seen that most of the questions are asked from the colloidal part theory and the rest of the questions are asked from the separation technique. So these are very important topics. Go through each video lecture very clearly. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.